And this morning, ABC2's Linda So is here with what two citizens are saying. Linda.
Well, those two groups of people who live around Fort Detrick say the Army is behind a big cover-up. They claim they have dozens of informants, people who have worked at Fort Detrick and some who are still employees there, who are feeding them secret information. For decades, Fort Detrick was the site for the Army's biological weapons program.
By public health officials to determine whether Fort Detrick is responsible for any cancer clusters in the Frederick area.
This is a catastrophe. It really is. There is a serial killer in our backyard, and it's called Fort Detrick.
Lupus, or maybe even cancer. And you're shocked. You say, "Doctor, how can this be? How did I get this?" And the doctor will more than likely respond, "We don't know. These things just happen." But diseases don't just happen. Every disease actually has a cause. Even though we doctors are taught in our medical training that virtually 80%...
Including Agent Orange from Fort Detrick is to blame.
We've gone door to door that have cancer in a 1 to 6 mile radius of Fort Detrick. That's staggering to me.
Fort Detrick spokesman Chuck Gordon says they're engaged in a deep and thorough record search to determine the extent of Agent Orange testing. Significant findings, he says, will be released immediately, but the job may not be finished until sometime in 2012. So far, according to Detrick officials, there are no records of aerial testing from aircraft.
Thank you for joining us today, and if she hasn't already, she wanted to give all of the aldermen.
We do have one committee that is seen as a citizen committee that has some reason for the different agencies at Fort Detrick, and there's a whole lot of agencies that are now involved in this kind of work, and the community. This committee is supposed to be a way in which those two can talk and help people like myself and many others have a more secure feeling about what Fort Detrick is doing, and specifically that our safety is on their minds as they work.
There is a serial killer in our backyard, and it's called Fort Detrick.
It was possible to expose a person in each cubicle to a measured volume of biological aerosol from the sphere.